What does it take to be one of the greatest scorers in NBA history? Only 7 players have ever done it. But now, Kevin Durant just joined this legendary club. A 7-foot sniper, a mid-range assassin, a player who has made scoring look effortless for over a decade. So, how did he do it? How did the NBA world react to this historic moment? And what makes KD truly unstoppable?
Durant drives, Durant puts it up, and he'll go to the free throw line.
Kevin Durant's journey to 30,000 points didn't start with a deep three or a thunderous dunk. Like every legend before him, it all began with a single bucket. For KD, that moment came in his very first NBA game against the Denver Nuggets. Back then, he was just a rookie with sky-high expectations, stepping onto the court for the Seattle Supersonics. His first official point? Not a highlight reel jumper, not a silky pull-up. It was a simple free throw. A moment so small at the time, yet now, looking back, it was the first domino in one of the greatest scoring careers of all time.
First bucket was a free throw, I think. We were playing against Denver, and I'm sure Kenyon Martin, who was just who's known to just foul everybody hard. He fouled me on the drive to the rim, and I was able to get a free throw.
But that free throw was only the beginning. Moments later, KD sank his first NBA jump shot, a mid-range pull-up that would eventually become his signature weapon. The same move that defenders would come to fear, the same move that would help him rack up 30,000 points and counting. Who could have predicted that this young kid, barely out of college, would go on to join the greatest scorers in the history of basketball? From that one free throw to thousands of buckets on the biggest stages in the game, Durant has cemented his place in NBA history. And on February 11th, 2025, he reached a milestone that only 7 players before him had ever achieved. But it wasn't just about the numbers, it was about the moment. February 11th, 2025. A night that will be remembered in NBA history. The Phoenix Suns faced off against the Memphis Grizzlies. But this wasn't just another regular season matchup. This was the night Kevin Durant had a chance to do what only 7 players before him had ever done. Join the elusive 30,000-point club. From the moment the game tipped off, all eyes were on Durant. Every bucket he made brought him closer to history. A smooth pull-up from mid-range. A silky three-pointer over a defender. A driving layup in traffic. Every possession felt like a countdown. By the third quarter, the crowd could feel it coming. The tension was building. Durant needed just one more shot to reach the milestone. Then, it happened. He drove into the paint, got fouled, and stepped to the free throw line. One shot. 1 point. The arena fell silent for a brief moment as KD took a deep breath, bent his knees, and released the ball. Swish.
They'll play again in March. Kevin Durant into the 30,000 club. He goes for 34. And the Suns drop to 26 and 27, back under 500.
And just like that, Kevin Durant became the 8th player in NBA history to score 30,000 career points. The crowd erupted. His teammates surrounded him, celebrating a feat that only legends had accomplished before. Think about that for a second. Out of the thousands of players who have stepped foot on an NBA court, only 8 have ever reached this level. Durant, with his unmatched scoring ability, clutch performances, and relentless work ethic, had just written his name in basketball immortality. But the moment wasn't just about Durant. It was about the respect he commanded from his peers. And no one showed more appreciation than Ja Morant, who made sure Durant left the game with something special. Ja Morant's classy gesture. Some moments in sports go beyond competition. They remind us why we love the game. Kevin Durant's 30,000th point wasn't just a personal milestone. It was a moment of respect, of history, of greatness. And no one understood that better than Ja Morant. Morant, one of the most electrifying players in the NBA today, has built a reputation as a fearless competitor. But on this night, he wasn't just an opponent. He was a fan of the game, witnessing history firsthand. When the final buzzer sounded, Morant didn't hesitate. He walked over to Durant, holding the game ball in his hands, and made sure KD left the court with a piece of history.
He's one of the greats. So I honored him with the ball. He said he ain't care too much about it, but hey, everybody don't get 30K in this league. So hats off to him, and I hope he keep going. We want to see him out here.
Make sure you get him that ball. Thanks, Josh.
In the post-game interview, Morant said it himself. He's one of the greats. Everybody don't get 30,000 in this league, so hats off to him. Durant, known for his unshakable focus and killer mentality, couldn't help but crack a smile. Even he had to take a second to appreciate what he had just accomplished. Respect like this is rare. It's a sign of true greatness when even your rivals stop to celebrate your success. But the appreciation didn't stop with Morant. ShaquilleONeal, a legend in his own right, had plenty to say about Durant's historic night. When ShaquilleONeal speaks on the game, people listen. A four-time NBA champion, one of the most dominant forces in basketball history, Shaq knows what greatness looks like. And when KevinDurant hit 30,000, Shaq didn't hesitate to give him his flowers.
Only really you up here knows how hard 30K is.
Man, this is an incredible feat. Congratulations to him and his family. I'm sure he has a couple more years. Will definitely be passing my idol, Wilt Chamberlain. Listen, came into the game a scorer, really revolutionized the game because he's really a 7-footer. So back in our era, you put a guy like that at the 3 or the 4, but he came in playing guard, stuck with it, and he's sort of like Dirk Nowitzki. He has that shot that you really can't block, and I'm happy for Mr. Durant and his family. Congratulations.
I want to echo something that you said, and we talked about it. He missed so many games. He missed the whole season.
Shaq compared Durant's signature mid-range pull-up to one of the most unguardable shots in NBA history, Dirk Nowitzki's one-legged fadeaway. He acknowledged what so many already know. KD's shot is automatic. No matter who's guarding him, no matter where he is on the floor, he can get his shot off whenever he wants. But here's what makes this milestone even more mind-blowing. KD didn't even have a fully healthy career. He missed an entire season with a ruptured Achilles. He battled through injuries in multiple seasons. And yet, despite all the missed games, he still reached 30,000 points faster than some of the greatest scorers ever.
I don't know the amount of games he's missed, but it's a lot. And he has 30,000 points.
Yeah,
like
you were nearly 26,000.
Mm-hmm.
And so to play that long, I can imagine those too little. The 4,000 difference, when you think about your career, it's like, man, that's so many.
So many points.
Yeah.
Like, that's just amazing that he's been able to, injuries, but come back and putting up 26 a game, scoring with ease. Like, you can't stop the move. You could watch it on film. Like, you just have to time it perfectly to get to his pull-up game, and that's why he's in that elite club.
Think about that. Some players grind for 20 years and never reach this number. But Durant, he made it look effortless. His ability to score efficiently from anywhere on the floor, with any team he's played for in any system, that's what separates him from everyone else. This isn't just about points. This is about legacy. So, what makes KD truly unstoppable? Let's break it down. It's not just about talent. It's about a scoring style that defies logic. KD is the definition of a mid-range assassin. While the modern NBA is built around three-pointers and dunks, Durant thrives in the lost art of the mid-range. He doesn't need to bulldoze his way to the rim or launch deep threes. His pull-up jumper is a cheat code. At nearly 7 feet tall with a wingspan that stretches the court, his high-release jump shot is practically unguardable. Defenders know what's coming, but they still can't stop it.
7 points, Vince, from 30,000.
Absolutely. This guy can do.
Oh my Lord!
This guy can do it all. We expected him to definitely accomplish that goal tonight. He's the mid-range king. He gets to his spot, pull up, nothing but net. He's a tough guard. Even when you think you have him guarded, he can pull up over you and knock down shots at any time. Look at that. Great contest, but better shot. And of course, when he wants to, he just gets to the easy lay. He just makes the game look easy. 30,000, we're not surprised. He's a pure scorer, one of the best to ever do it offensively, and we're going to witness his history tonight for sure.
What makes it even scarier? Durant doesn't waste movement. Every dribble, every step is calculated. He doesn't need flashy handles. He just needs one quick move, one elevation, one flick of the wrist, and it's money. Even NBA legends have admitted that guarding KD is a nightmare. He doesn't just score, he does it effortlessly.
I feel like as we've hosted this show together for the last few years, I feel like you've always said we don't appreciate how easy KD makes it. And at this age and at that number, I still think we're taking it for granted a little bit.
It's why he's lasted this long. Even as his speed declines, even as defenses adapt, his jumper will always be there. And that's why, even at 30,000 points, he's far from finished. 30,000 points. It's not just a number, it's a statement. A mark of endurance, consistency, and all-time greatness. Very few players in NBA history have scored this much, for this long, at this level. And yet, Kevin Durant still makes it look easy. But here's the real question. How much further can he go? With every bucket, KD is climbing the ranks of the all-time greats. Wilt Chamberlain, ShaquilleONeal, even Kobe Bryant. Could Durant surpass them? Could he break into the top 5 scorers of all time? At this pace, it's absolutely possible.
It really is easy for him, isn't it?
Yeah, right there. That high release, good luck.
He had 17 points in the quarter. Memphis, though, up by 7. Memphis here.
Durant himself remains humble about the milestone. But make no mistake, he's not done yet. He's still playing at an elite level, still torching defenses, still putting up numbers that most players could only dream of. And as long as he's on the floor, history is still being written. We are witnessing one of the greatest scorers the game has ever seen. The question now isn't just how many points he'll finish with, but where he will stand in the history books when it's all said and done. The story of Kevin Durant is still being told, and it's far from over. Kevin Durant has officially joined the 30,000-point club, but where does he rank among the all-time great scorers? Is he top 5? Top 3? Could he even go down as the greatest pure scorer in NBA history? Now, we want to hear from you. Drop your thoughts in the comments. Where does KD rank on your all-time list? And if you love NBA history, in-depth breakdowns, and legendary moments like this, make sure to subscribe so you never miss a video. This is just the beginning of the conversation. Let's keep it going.